Nope. Where this is not.
Wow.
Guilty pleasure. This is Confidently Insecure, the podcast where we're absolutely sure
we don't know everything.
I'm your host, Zach Nui Towers.
And I'm Kelsey Darragh.
And this, wow, it's early. This is one of the earliest we've recorded a podcast.
Wait, I thought you were a morning person.
I am, but I'm a routine morning person. So because I had to do this, I didn't do any of my routine.
Oh, you didn't just get up earlier?
No, I got up at 7.
Okay.
And I normally would go do a yoga class. I would be energized. I would have showered.
Yeah.
I just kind of lazied around and fed the hippo.
Okay.
I haven't even finished my cup of coffee.
So 7 to 9. What Hillary Rodham Clinton, what happened?
Oh my God, can you believe Trump got arrested yesterday?
Yeah, I mean,
this isn't coming out for 2 weeks, so I'm sure something more cray will happen.
But
what a day.
I'm rolling around it like a pig in shit.
My favorite clip from yesterday was the one where no one holds the door for him. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
He's so used to people opening doors for him.
And he's just
he is in front of him is two cops, two white bald cops where you're oh, they probably voted for him.
Yeah.
And they open the door like a saloon door. They just grab onto their belts they're just making their way through town, and Trump's standing behind them at the door.
Wow.
Waiting for them to hold it, and they don't. So he takes a quick step forward and pushes the door open with his elbow.
That is juicy. So maybe they didn't vote for him.
Maybe they didn't.
Or maybe they were this is my time.
Or they didn't know he was behind him. That's not the point. The point is we're rolling around in it.
Oh my God. It's so...
In our time.
This is the thing too. Even if it nothing happens from it.
That was enough. For
yeah.
me.
He got indicted. That's hot.
You also leave for Europe today. Again, this will be 2 weeks release, so you're probably already back.
I'm probably
you
getting
had the
back.
best time. Your show crushed. They want you to come back.
Yes.
They also want you to come do a live podcast with us.
Europe as a whole was come back.
Oh my God. You are rejuvenated. You're energized. You're so creative.
I'm not affected by I almost called it flight exchange. What time jet lag.
Wow. I will say coming back is usually harder than going there.
I forget, are they ahead of us?
Yes.
They are.
Yes.
Okay. And it's 8 hours. Okay.
Yes.
But I think I did this so well because my flight leaves at 6 p.m., weeks ago, and it gets there at noon tomorrow.
Okay.
So hopefully
you need to sleep the
I will
whole
OD
flight.
on melatonin
and you'll sleep the whole way.
sleep the whole flight.
Yeah.
10 hours. I've never been on a plane that long.
There, it's fun. I mean, it's not fun. I have plane anxiety, but I prep for it and I sleep like a baby.
Okay.
So I figured out how to do it.
Damn.
Why don't you pull a card? We've been doing this now for 2 weeks.
Both weeks.
All weeks.
Oh wait, I didn't tap and shake.
Oh my God, how dare I? Tap and
what
shake.
is it?
No, it's knock and tap.
Okay.
This is basically you're putting your energy into it. What if you pull the same card?
Okay. A note from your higher self. Depend on thy motherfucking self. You are the baddest bitch you know, so why do you keep second guessing yourself? Turn down the inner critic, turn up your inner queen, stop doubting yourself, start doing the damn thing. This is so interesting because I've been doing this for a while, so this means less to me.
I mean, we're also pulling them for a confidants. These are group.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That was very...
No, it can...
That was
that's your
egotistical
truth.
of me. Okay, depend on thy fucking self. Yes. Okay, so what does that look like in an obscure way?
I don't know.
It is...
It's a good reminder.
Oh my God, make sure, hold your own doors open.
Hold your own fucking doors open. Don't expect people. And when they do, it's a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, and say thank you.
Okay, put it back.
What if you pull it?
That would be that's cool. I like it when that happens because it means it's it's
really important.
Yeah.
Depend on thy fucking self.
Oh, okay. So confidants, this is for you and me. Jomo. Celebrate the joy of missing out. Feel content with staying in and disconnecting as a form of self-love. Nothing that's meant for you will miss you.
I've never heard Jomo before. Have you?
I kind of like it. I mean, I practice Jomo all the time.
Same.
But in this context, I had a nar. I still have a nar sinus infection. But yesterday, I had to go at 8 a.m., get 2 shots on my ass. I got promethazine. That's what I'm taking from this. Is it's like stay home and get fucked up on a little bit of promethazine.
Yeah. Yes. Shots.
I'm not going out. I'm not doing anything. I'm healing in a different kind of way than what we're normally used to. That was fun. Should we do... Oh, wait. It's also Easter today when it comes out.
Wait. Oh, Easter Monday?
Yeah.
I always forget that it's a Monday thing.
I thought it was Easter
Sunday. Okay,
but we take off Monday, I think. We decided the Christians were like, have a
really?
Monday. Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
Okay. It said Happy Easter on the day that I checked what podcast.
Wait, can you remember? Can you remember being off school on the Monday after Easter?
Don't Google it. I feel like this is a new thing. Because like he rose from the dead on Sunday, and they were like, "Well, we don't get to really take off Sunday
anything, so let's
just push it." To
okay,
Monday.
Listen. I will join the Christian agenda for days off. If they want to add some days off,
wow,
I'll selectively join for that cause.
See, I work twice as hard and I masturbate too that day. Just to get rid of the shame of religion.
Having killed Jesus Cristo.
Yeah. Do you have any fun Easter stories?
I mean, my Easters were IHOP. And then
that is a very Eastery thing. I can't explain why, and I'll be taking no further questions on that.
And then an Easter egg hunt at my home, and then at my Nana's house.
Double egg hunt.
But we're also kind of poor, so probably just half of your regular egg hunt.
What was in your eggs?
It was like it ranged from like candy to quarters to some had like dollar bills. And as a kid, you know, a dollar bill is like
everything. See, it was without fail. We go to church, then we go to Easter brunch at the country club. They would usually have some sort of petting zoo or egg hunt there.
Yeah,
and then
it was Fabergé eggs.
Yeah, it was like, don't crack these. Then we'd go home and do like a neighborhood Easter egg hunt. But because there were so many kids, it was a lot of eggs.
Sure.
And it was like a free for all. But of course, there was a golden egg, and that had like $100.
What?
But it was like the neighborhood kids. We all put it, like the parents, I'm sure all put in like $20 or something.
Did it turn into like Battle Royale?
Oh yeah, like everyone cried all the time every year because it was kids. But I didn't realize that like kids got Easter baskets. I never had an Easter basket growing up.
How'd you carry your eggs? In your
like
shirt?
A physical basket. But I mean, like kids growing up got Easter baskets that like you'd wake up and it would be like Christmas
we had
morning.
that. Yes, we had that.
So I did not. And my mother, I came home one day from my Jewish friend's house who got an Easter basket.
What?
And I had slept over and I went, "Hey, Mom, what's this whole Easter basket thing?" And she's like, "Oh, yeah, we never did those, I guess." And I was like, interesting.
I think I'm owed one big ass basket.
And then she felt bad. And then so she started sending me Easter baskets as an adult that were like good.
Nice. Like designer bags.
Like Tory Burch.
Whoa. With a bunch of grass in them.
Yeah. And now I feel like maybe I'll get one. I don't know, Mom. If you didn't send me one today,
Does Mom listen to this?
No, absolutely not. No time. Does your mom?
I think she does.
Oh my God. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
I wish I was drinking out of the mug she made me.
Oh.
Before we get into our topic of the day, I'd love to do a DNF question because we haven't done a dating no filter in a moment.
Oh my God, yeah. And we have taught me.
Ooh, good harmony on
Yeah.
that.
It happens.
Okay, so this is a dating no filter question from Anonymous. They say, hello. Were you going to say something?
Anonymous is always so hot.
And it is a hot question.
Okay.
I skimmed it.
Let's go.
They say, hello, love the podcast. You're the only ones really talking about sex, but let's get to it. Here's my problem. I am a cis woman and am ethically non-monogamous / poly and currently dating 3 guys.
Fuck yeah.
While also having sex with strangers, men and women, cis and not, at swingers and BDSM parties.
Is this from you?
They say they're 34. Otherwise, I would have been like, this is
you, yeah.
My mom only knows about 2 of the guys, but she thinks one is just a good friend.
Oh, he's a good friend.
My mom got pregnant at 16 with my brother, and growing up, my mom was a prude because of it, practically beating it into her 2 daughters not to have sex outside of marriage. I'm 34 years old and my mom wishes I were a virgin. So how can I open up to her? She constantly asks questions and wants to meet my, quote, boyfriend, quote. I hate lying to her. I have invented so many stories and lies to protect her from this side of my life. I know my mom will love me no matter what, but she just does not get this lifestyle. Thoughts? Also, have either of you...
What?
I didn't see this part of the question.
Have either? I cannot wait. My answer is probably yes.
I did not read this part.
Oh my god. It better be so fucking funny.
It is. Also, I can't read it.
Oh my god.
Last sentence.
Also, have either of you 2 fisted? I consider it a point of pride that I once fisted a guy up to my shoulder. I felt like a god holding the guy's heartbeat in my hand. Okay, that's pretty funny.
That was not what I expected.
It did
Fisted
take
someone up to their shoulder?
Oh, up to maybe, but it could be a petite cis woman.
But oh my god.
That is, see, I don't, fisting is like.
That doesn't seem pleasant.
Fisting, whenever I see fisting like pop up on Twitter or whatever, it's like a car accident. I can't look away, but I'm definitely not like aroused.
No.
I feel concerned. I know it's like people do it safely and there's like a skill and an art and a science to it, but I'm just like, where
does it go?
I get squirmy when a 5-inch penis is inside of me. If even a small arm.
Oh my god, up to their I just can't see that.
Like where does it go?
I mean, they go to a BDSM party, so it sounds like they're getting into some like professional shit.
Sure. And they have medical grade like lubricants that look like gooey like petroleum jelly.
Yeah. I watch fisting porn for like women being fisted, which I think is so fun and like, I don't know, taboo-ish. So I'm kind of like turned on by that. I've tried with my old partner to just like see if we could even do it. Wasn't happening.
Getting his fist in you?
Yeah, absolutely not. I think I maybe got like 4 fingers like scrunched up into a ball.
Interesting. You feel like the type who could squat over a Nalgene bottle.
A what?
Like a Nalgene. Like
What's a Nalgene?
They're a really good. You know what a Nalgene bottle is.
I don't know what word you're even saying.
Nalgene. Nalgene.
A Nalgene.
Yeah, a Nalgene bottle.
I have no idea what that is.
That's really embarrassing for you.
Okay. Well, what should we do for this person who would like to come out to their mother? I understand that must be really hard to not have your mom know like your entire world and life, especially if she's going to be like anti and not anti, but just not about it. I also don't think that part of your life, like the details of like swinging and like BDSM clubs and sex parties, is something that most people share with their parents.
Totally. Yeah.
Like I do because I talk about it publicly and like my mom is liberal like that. My dad and I never would never broach that subject, I'm sure. He'd probably giggle and be like, oh my God.
Yeah, I have no desire to talk to my dad about it, and he's expressed really no desire to ask me about it, and that's fine. That's his like Catholic upbringing too, being like shameful around sex.
Yeah.
My mom, I think, has the bandwidth to hear it, and I had the sex podcast for a long time where we talked intimately about sex, and you should actually check that out. Good Morning Sodomites. There's a bunch of episodes up.
Yeah.
But I would say if she it sounds like she wants to be involved
to a degree of like meeting her boyfriends.
Yeah. And but she knows of 2 guys, but she just thinks one is a good friend.
Which I think okay, Barry. That's a good soft place to start, right?
I just think you should like introduce things like bite size.
Like I am dating 2 people at once.
Yeah.
Like
what do you think about that?
They're both my boyfriends. It's easier for someone like her to wrap their mind. And if your mom is that age, like she lived through free love, she lived through, Studio 54, even if she was prude, she knew about it. She knew that like free loved, hippie loved existed.
Also, you are not 16.
No.
You're 34.
You're an adult.
So like, honestly, don't let any of this like ruin your like day. You know what I mean? Like like, don't, I know it sounds so easy. Don't worry about this if you are. That's my ultimate
I would
advice.
say start with the boyfriends and just say that these are people you're dating and you'd love for them to meet, and like explain to her in detail, like, do they know about each other? Is it okay for her to ask questions? Like, take her out to brunch, go do a favorite activity where you guys can like talk openly alone, like maybe a picnic, because sometimes when you go to restaurants to like tell people things, people always be interrupting, and then like food comes and stuff. Maybe go sit, have a picnic, go like somewhere where you can chat freely and not embarrassed about it, and like just start with the boyfriends and like ask her if she doesn't want to know. She'll communicate that, and then you'll take that information as it is. But again, like, you are 34 and you're not obligated to tell her really anything.
It's that she said she hates lying to her.
Yeah.
And I get that. It's just like, the other part of this is like, you can only do so much. Your mom has to be willing to do her research.
Your mom has to be an adult too.
Yeah, to like look things up and like I don't know. She has to meet you halfway.
It's not like you're telling a child this. It's not like you're having to explain polyamory to a child.
Right.
Like, sometimes it's like, she's an adult.
And it's like her trauma. I'll call her 16-year-old. It sounds like she calls her trauma, is not anyone else's like responsibility.
Yes. And it sounds like she already put you guys through that of like taking on her trauma growing up. So it's time you put your trauma on her a little bit. That's my advice.
Yeah. Traumatize her in a fresh way.
Yeah, in like a real young, youthful, millennial, liberal way. As we're all doing to our parents, loving watching Trump get arrested. Zachary.
What?
Are you excited to talk about today's
Are we not doing
topic?
TikTok Taught Me?
Oh shit, you're right. I skipped right past it.
Mine's I haven't done this yet, but I'm very intrigued because I just rediscovered cottage cheese. And we're having a moment. We're having like a little tryst,
that is dairy.
I know, but it's a lot of protein.
Okay.
It's also an amazing sour cream substitute,
which is also a dairy.
Yeah, but sour cream is much less nutrient rich.
Okay.
So it really has been hitting that spot when I want like that sour creamy thing. I get a little small curd on my plate.
And what do you do with it?
Well, I've put it on top of like, I'll make like kind of like Mexican inspired breakfast where it's like a salsa and a hot sauce and a cheese and an avocado, egg, and then I'll put the dollop of that on.
And that sounds doable.
But also TikTok says you can blend cottage cheese, banana, and a little bit of like maple syrup.
What?
It turns into like a creamy pour, you know, and then you freeze it and it's like the exact texture of ice cream.
Oh, yes. I made a BuzzFeed video about this. You can also make banana pancakes with that liquid.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they make good pancakes.
Oh, interesting. Because there are great pancakes that have ricotta and that feels cottage cheese.
Yeah. It even has the word cottage in it.
From the Latin contagious.
From the cow. That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it when I get back. Well, I'm back from Europe now, so I'll try it.
Even if you just blend bananas and put them in
No,
the
wait,
freezer,
I can't shake my leg, but you can shake yours.
No, I was doing it really lightly, but I noticed the boink boink.
Okay.
The screen. Okay, I'll stop.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
We both twitch our legs.
We both, and probably digesting our breakfast. I learned that that's also a thing you do when you're digesting food.
People with high metabolisms twitch.
Good. And it's also restless leg syndrome.
Okay.
I have that. I have to do it to fall asleep.
What do our legs have to be stressed about?
I mean, I've had 3 knee surgeries.
Okay, well, mine are just bitching to bitch.
My feet are tiny compared to my body. Okay, my TikTok taught me is, you're going to like this one.
I'm so excited.
And I wish I had remembered who it was from so I could give them credit, but it was an older white gentleman walking through the forest, and he said, "This is how I want you to live manifesting money. And this, for some reason, hit so much easier than all the other like money manifestation things. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's so visual.
That's literally how it happens, though. Someone will say something the way you need to hear it.
Yes. I totally was like, this. Okay, so it's like someone decided to give you $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
They write it in a check. You go deposit it in your bank, and your bank is like, wow, this is $1 million. So it is going to take us just a couple days to get it to show up in your account. We have to like verify it, make sure everything's Gucci.
Yeah.
But you're getting your $1 million in a few days. Knowing that you have $1 million coming into your bank account, you're going to be walking around like as a different person. And it's 100% guaranteed that million is hitting your bank in a few days. That feeling of confidence that you are walking around ready for that to hit your bank is how you manifest money. And I was just like, God damn, for some reason that one
really hit you.
Really made me go like, oh my God, act like it's about, the check is about to drop.
I like that.
Yeah, right?
It's like I relate that to, and it's how I access manifesting feelings too. That feeling of like when you get a call from your people or whatever and they say you booked the thing and the thing hasn't happened yet, but you booked it. I can feel that right now. Like I can feel that like elevated, like,
yes.
Oh, like,
yes, bitch.
Yes, like, let's go. And I just like, I can feel that anytime I want to feel it.
Tapping into it.
And like, I would say even a step further with your $1 million thing, like for me, it's like, I know I have more than enough money in the bank.
Yes.
For like, right now. So like,
I don't feel bad getting the Starbucks. I don't feel bad having the pasta.
Yes. And it took me so long to get to this place. But I will say, combining with thinking like, I'm taken care of, like I'm good, like I have enough, like it's just perpetuating everything else.
Yeah. Okay, so today's topic is about Enneagrams. Like I said, we promised that we were going to do this a couple weeks ago. We deliver on our promise. A Lannister always pays its debt. Zachary, what do you know about Enneagrams?
Well, now I feel like I have a little bit of an insider scoop because you gave me the test.
Yes. Okay, so first we're going to go over the history.
Okay, this is like INFJ though. And NJNNC.
Yes, but I've learned that this has a little bit more science behind it. Maybe. Okay, so it's a personality typing system that's been around for decades, but it's really gained popularity in recent years as a tool for self-awareness and personal growth. We love that for us.
We love that.
So what exactly is an Enneagram? Well, it's based on the idea that each of us has a dominant personality type that shapes our worldview and influences our behavior. This personality type is thought to be particularly influenced by our genetics as well as our early childhood experiences and cultural conditioning. The Enneagram system contains of 9 different personality types, each with its own unique set of core motivations, fears, and defense mechanisms. These types are often referred to by numbers and can be identified through a series of questions designed to measure different aspects of a person's personality and behavior. Now, you might be wondering, how is an Enneagram related to your birth? Well, the Enneagram suggests that we are born with a dominant personality types that shapes us from who we are at an early age. This may also be influenced by a combination of genetics, childhood experiences, cultural conditioning, but ultimately it's fundamentally just a part of who we are. The Enneagram theory suggests that our Enneatype is partially shaped by genetics, meaning that certain traits or tendencies that influence our personality may be inherited from our parents or ancestors. For example, some research has shown that certain genes may be associated with specific personality traits, such as openness or neuroticism. However, it is important to note that genetics is only one factor in the development of our personality and Enneatype. Environmental factors such as our upbringing, cultural life experiences also play a significant role. So it may provide a foundation for certain aspects of our personality and also shape and influence our behavior and thinking patterns. So it's not determined solely by our genetics, but I thought it was interesting that we have we could have a predisposition to certain types of personality traits in our genetics based on like who our people are.
Sure.
Like, were your people stressed out? Were they othered? Were they
Viking warriors?
Yeah. So the origins of an Enneagram are not entirely clear, but we know for the modern Enneagram system, they was largely developed and popularized by 2 individuals, which I thought these names are just so fun to say.
Lewis and Clark.
Close. Oscar Ichazo and Claudio Naranjo.
Oh.
Right?
Naranja is orange.
Well, this is Naranjo.
Masculine orange.
Oscar was a Bolivian philosopher and spiritual teacher. He combined elements of various spiritual traditions, including Sufism, which I don't know what that is, Kabbalah, and Buddhism, with its own psychological insights. Naranjo was a Chilean-born psychiatrist and a student of Ichazo's, and he helped to popularize this in the U.S. in the 70s and 80s. So let's dive into the questions.
Let's do it.
They are designed to help you identify your dominant Enneagram type based on your core motivations, fears, and defense mechanisms, which I love because that's just also like we talk about our love language or like our fighting style. This is just another way to be like, oh yeah, this is
who I am.
Better understanding of myself and others.
Okay.
So some example questions might include, and we both took the test this morning just to like double check ours.
It was on those websites where it has like lots of ads.
I gave you the short one.
Stop farting in your sleep. And you're like, what?
I took the more official pretty one that was a lot longer than yours. But I just needed you to do it while we were sitting here.
You gave me the fucking Spirit Airlines of the test.
I did. I fully did. I accept that. So some of the question examples are things like, when faced with a challenge, do you tend to take charge and lead or step back and analyze? What do you say?
It's interesting though, because a lot of these questions, I used to do one and now I do the other.
Huh. See, in my brain, I would be like, well, with faced with a challenge of something that I don't know about, I'd probably still take a lead.
Yeah.
I'd false confidence.
You definitely would take
What would you
lead.
do?
Nowadays I would take charge and lead.
Do you feel most comfortable in a structured environment with clear rules and guidelines or in a more open and flexible environment?
Structured.
Same. I like knowing what I need to do and then like having flexibility to do it.
But the thing is, I hate these tests because the second one sounds more appealing, where it's like you have like room to like.
But no, that doesn't sound appealing to so many people.
I guess.
So many people.
But the artist in me is like, yeah, I don't want a 9 to 5, which is what the first question feels like a 9 to 5 person's answer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, structure. The boss tells me what to do when I do it.
No, but think about our lives. We have so much self-imposed structure.
Okay, that's fair.
Are you more comfortable focusing on the present moment or planning and preparing for the future?
Present. So
I would have to agree. I'm trying to be more focusing on the present, but I also would like this one would be a hard one for me because you also answer like usually in a scale, not just hard yes or no. Sometimes some are yes or no.
Mine were hard yes or no.
Yeah, I gave you the
Thanks,
Spirit.
Kelsey.
I gave you the Spirit Airlines of them all. So questions like that. So you go through, some have like quick ones. Some you can take like 20-minute ones that have like hundreds of questions. But what you'll pop up with at the end is like a diagram showing which number you are. So there are 9 Enneagram types, and what do they mean? Here's a brief overview. Type 1 is the reformer, which is principled, responsible, and perfectionistic.
Is that you?
No. I'd like for you to guess, though.
Okay, yeah. After I hear them all?
Yes.
Okay.
Number 2, I mean, you can, yeah, is the helper, which is generous, empathetic, and self-sacrificing. Type 3 is the achiever, success-oriented, ambitious, and image-conscious. Type 4, the individualist, which is introspective, expressive, and emotionally sensitive. Type 5, the investigator, which is analytical, observant, and private. Type 6, the loyalist, committed, reliable, and anxious. Type 7, the enthusiast, which is spontaneous, adventurous, and pleasure-seeking. Type 8, the challenger, which is confident, assertive, and protective. And type 9, the peacemaker, which is easygoing, accommodating, and conflict averse.
You are either 3, 6, or 7.
I'm 3, the achiever.
I knew it. I knew it.
Success-oriented, ambitious, and image conscious.
Image conscious. That's the one that's literally, I was like,
Me.
Those 3 are you.
Yes. And
but look at 6.
6 is the loyalist, it made me laugh, which is committed, reliable, and anxious.
Yes, anxious. That's what I was like, yeah, she's probably that.
And you got...
I already told you, so don't pretend to guess.
The 8, which is the challenger, which is confident, assertive, and protective. Which I like. Those all sound nice.
Yeah, they do. I do think I'm confident, and I am kind of assertive. Like when when I want something, I'm very clear about it.
And protective is an interesting word.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like the people that I do go to bat for, I go to bat for.
It's more like loyal is how I see you.
Yeah.
Fun fact, famous 8s, Chelsea Handler.
Oh my God.
Donald Trump.
Stop. That was evil. Wait, do yours now. Okay, I hope it was like Margot Robbie and Hitler.
Oh, I love Margot Robbie. Type 3.
I don't even. How do you spell Enneagram?
Take a guess. Ooh, Oprah Winfrey,
Tony Robbins, Taylor Swift,
Gaga, Beyonce, Meghan Markle, Tom Cruise.
How did they get these answers though?
They probably had him take it. For yours, you have Kamala Harris,
Martin Luther King,
Clint Eastwood,
Serena Williams,
Winston Churchill, Barbara Walters, Ernest Hemingway, Queen Latifah.
Wow.
So again, like these are just fun ways of understanding yourself because I think like it's more interesting for me. Like I feel like I know thyself to be true. It's more interesting for me to understand other people because like for me, I know you are very loyal and protective. So when something happens, I know how to approach you about a subject matter in a way that it's like, oh, I'm understanding where this person is coming from.
Sure.
So maybe I can use my approach and shift it in a way that like more fits your pattern.
That's like deep level introspection where you're like, you're conflating my ways of dealing with things and yours to see what a lot of people don't even know how they deal with things.
Baby, if I didn't say that was probably the biggest growth that I had in couples therapy, being with Jared for 5 years.
How did it fight? Was that in couples therapy? Yeah.
Oh my God. Learning that he's a retreater. I am like a sit and figure it out right now. Get all your emotions out. Big emotions would scare him. So it was and he would always be like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I'm like, just say it. And he's like, I can't. And I could not understand how you can't just say something, how you feel. And he couldn't understand how I could just do that.
Because you're a spewer and he's a stewer.
Exactly. And so
stewers suck.
They're often.
They're going to say they're awful.
They're often very logical people. Like,
don't go to their side. Don't start sucking their dicks on this pod.
Saying. And I'm actually surprised because you're a Libra. So what are your other two?
What do you mean?
Your big 3
of the astrology signs. Sag.
Okay. Yeah, that's surprising that you're actually not a stewer.
No, maybe I used to be, but like these days, if something's under my skin, it's being removed immediately.
No, because the hardest questions for me to answer were about conflict. And you seem to be no problem with conflict.
No, none.
And maybe even you perceive something as not a conflict. And I'm like, no, that would be a conflict.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm like, no, just tell them.
Talking.
Yeah, just tell them you don't want to do that.
Oh, my God. And like, that's a superpower that I think that I would love to learn how to be better at.
So do you think you're honest all the time?
Yes, almost to a point where like I create more emotional space for people than I should.
Oh.
Like sometimes I think about people and I become a little jealous of people who are on the spectrum with being able to filter out emotion.
Yeah.
Like they just say. Like I think about meetings. If they were like, if someone was like, oh my gosh, I had the craziest morning and like blah, 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 blah. And I go in and I'm like, let me validate you. Oh my God, that must have been so tough. But like, how do we pivot now and talk about the thing we came here to talk about? And some people are just like, Great. So the meeting is and I'm like, fuck, I wish I could do that.
Yeah, I guess I split the difference because I do want to like have a human experience and like talk to people and like, but like also, yeah, it's like what are we doing? Like what's the purpose? Like, are we gonna get what we set out to do accomplished?
Yeah.
Because I don't like the dancing around in the gray.
No. The other fun thing about Enneagrams is that like your tests can sometimes say like you're an 8 leaning, and then you're either leaning 7 or 9.
Okay.
So like 7 would be the enthusiast or the peacemaker, and I would say you're probably type 8 leaning 7.
The enthusiast,
spontaneous, adventurous, and pleasure seeking.
Definitely.
Or you could be the peacemaker, easygoing, accommodating.
See, this is also where I start to lean into all of it being kind of bullshit because it's just like the signs.
Yeah.
Honestly, you'd be a psycho to not see all of the signs in you.
Oh, no, but you do have all the signs in you. It's just like in waves and in cycles and in your chart.
Okay.
I think I'd be 3 leaning 4, the individualist, introspective, expressive, and emotionally sensitive, rather than generous, empathetic, and self-sacrificing.
Because here's another thing. That thing, the one that I thought you were because of anxious.
Yes.
Anxious used to be a defining trait of mine.
And
then I did therapy and got medicated, and it's no longer a defining trait of mine.
So that's why I wanted to retake the test this morning to see if I had changed. But I've always been 3.
So it is okay. Like,
yeah, that's not stuck who you are. Oh no,
it's just
I
who
think
you
you're
are kind of
supposed to
now.
change. Exactly. And again, it's just a tool. If you don't believe in it, fine.
Oh.
Fine. Zach.
Listen.
If you don't like it, you don't have to do it.
I love making Kelsey cry. That's the first thing I was going to say. No, but any sort of like introspection or inventory taking, I am so here for. It is not time wasted if you are spending it asking questions about why you behave the way you behave. So I love it for that. I don't want someone to be like, sorry, I'm a challenger. Like, I don't want it to ever be a tool that you use to beat me over the head with.
No, or as like a super strong defense mechanism. Like, there's nothing I can do about it.
I'm a Gemini. Yeah. So I don't accept that.
Okay.
But I love, you're right. I love everything else
self-growth
about it.
tool.
Yeah.
Well, that's the pod, Zach.
Oh my God. Was that long enough?
Yeah.
It flew by.
It always does when we're hanging.
It does. I know sometimes Kelsey and I don't talk the first 10 minutes we're hanging out because like, don't you say that.
And you did such a big favor for me yesterday as a friend. You not only moved the podcast to today to let me snot out of my nose.
Well, you're sick.
I was sick. And you did Guilty Pleasures for me, which should be out in, I think, the same day as this.
Oh, really?
We did Dungeons and Dragons. Well, you did Dungeons and Dragons. Was it fun?
It was really fun. All 3 of us were tired. But then we did like a little like wake up exercise, which was cute. And Garrick and Zach are really, truly 2 of the nicest, funniest. And Miles is so funny. I can't believe Miles isn't just like an on mic part of the pod.
He has his own podcast. It's very popular.
Okay.
Perfect person.
Yeah. But he chimed in a little bit. I know. Oh, I'm saying in Guilty Pleasures because he's sitting right there, like laughing and stuff. Yeah. So I'm just like, oh, he is.
Yeah. He's like the main character
there. But yeah, everyone there, it really is such good vibes at the Try Guys.
Yeah. Thanks for doing that. You're such a good pal.
Totally. Happy
and oh my gosh, you guys have a happy Easter.
Yeah.
Eat an egg. Eat a chocolate egg. Eat a deviled egg. Eat your pussy eggs. Yeah. I don't know. Eat whatever egg you want.
Oh, I love deviled eggs.
Oof, God, bitch, you make the best.
Yo, wasabi deviled eggs. It's wasabi mayo, a little bit of like soy, a little bit of rice vinegar, maybe a little salt and pepper, and then you blend that up with obviously the egg yolks, and then you put a little piece of pickled ginger at the bottom of the egg.
It tasted like Asian fusion.
Yes.
And my ex-boyfriend probably liked your deviled eggs more than he liked you.
I believe that.
He would.
I fully believe that.
Them.
And didn't he like not like deviled eggs?
Yeah.
I am so talented.
You changed his life forever.
I changed his life forever.
Confidants, that's it for this week. Hey, go buy a sticky.
Oh yeah, get a confident bottom sticker.
They're not out yet, but they're coming. They will be. Within 2 weeks, I'll have posted it. Don't forget to rate this 5 stars, Zach.
And if you're not going to rate it 5 stars, just don't fucking rate it at all. Why?
We're sensitive.
That's right.
Have a happy Easter, confidants. We'll see you next week. Ta-ta.